Cryptocurrencies are often seen as exotic, but in reality, major digital coins can be dematerialized and settled in ways very similar to securities.
With the right infrastructure, banks can offer crypto just as they offer stocks or bonds to provide a smooth, compliant and straightforward experience.
And to look at why cryptocurrencies should be seen as the new normal, we are joined by Dr. Lewin Boehnke, Chief Strategy Officer at Crypto Finance Group. Welcome to the studio.
Hello.
Lewin, I'll get straight into it, sir. Many banks still hesitate about crypto. Why do you believe they should think about it in the same way as securities?
Well, cryptocurrency's origin story is very weird for financial asset. It started off as a retail asset first. It comes to institutionals much later now, which is more or less the opposite of how it usually happens, starting at institutional and then trickling down. In this retail childhood of these assets, there were a few customs and processes that established themselves that are not really suitable for institutional needs. For example, it's very common for retail investors to need to pre-fund before trading at a crypto exchange. And these crypto exchanges themselves, they are very UI driven. And if there are APIs, then those are not the standard APIs that banks are comfortable with or know. This is the picture that many banks still have of cryptocurrencies, but these days of Wild West are mostly over. Banks can very much expect from their providers to offer the same experience for crypto assets, for Bitcoin and Ether and others, as banks already have for traditional stocks.
You've said in the past before that Bitcoin isn't so different from the traditional stock market. Can you tell us what you meant by that?
Sure. If a bank interacts with cryptocurrencies, if I interact with cryptocurrency myself, I have a hardware wallet or I have 12 words that I remember that store my Bitcoin. This is very obviously not what a bank can do, should do. This would not be in line with joiner mover lever processes at the bank. This is just not how institutions interact with that. So what banks need to do anyways is to apply some level of abstraction. They need to lock crypto assets in their basement and then abstract them into database entries, just as they abstract any other any other traditional assets. There is some dematerialization going on one way or the other, and that is, in my view, certainly how banks should look at it, as just another ISIN, like just another entry, just another asset that they have at their disposal.
What mistakes do you see banks making when they first think about offering crypto to their clients?
Yeah, crypto is a term that is very broadly applied. There are at least two different things that banks should have an eye on when it comes to crypto, which is also very much in line with what we see here at Sibos in the presentations. There is one thing that I would probably call crypto as cargo on existing rails. So Bitcoin and ETH make that available to your clients as a bank. And in doing that in the traditional, like in the same way as they offer Tesla shares to their clients, just as another ISIN. The other one is what I would call more crypto rails. So the opposite of that, which is strangely a strong focus at this Sibos, where banks consider getting traditional assets onto crypto rails. Those two things are very dissimilar, are very orthogonal in their approach, and are frankly also relevant on very different timelines. These crypto rails is something that will develop over the next several years, while crypto as cargo is something that banks can offer with very minimal effort today to their clients to get very quick wins.
So if banks do, in fact, address these mistakes, how do you see their future approach to crypto evolving?
Yeah, banks can and should interact, as I said before, with cryptocurrencies the same way as they do with Tesla shares for their clients. They can send SWIFT messages to their custodians where they just get the DVP settlement that they are used to, where they have funding operations for the fiat leg that is T+1 or T+2, that is very similar to what they do today. They don't need to overthrow any of their operation. They just need to activate another ISIN in their systems and choose the right provider. And in that way, they have a very smooth operation.
Your partnership with Clearstream is often highlighted. Why is this partnership so important, and what does it mean for banks that want to offer this crypto offering, I guess, to enter this crypto offering even?
Yeah. Well, Clearstream has 2,700 banks as clients for their ICSD. Them offering crypto custody with us as a sub-custodian behind that. Clearstream used to have 60 sub-custodian for different domestic markets. We are the 61st sub-custodian. It's very much in line with all the other assets. It's just another ISIN that their clients need to activate, which also means that the project risk is like very, very minimal. You don't have any integration effort, not any integration cost. The effort, the burden to start offering crypto assets for your clients is close to non-existent, which is very different from these crypto rails concept I laid out before, where you have high investment costs for like future outcomes.
And just taking a look ahead, how do you actually see the role of digital assets in the banking industry evolving? And how is crypto finance helping institutions to future-proof themselves?
I would also like to answer this question twofold. On this crypto rails track, there is certainly a lot coming. Crypto native issuances is a big topic that is also discussed here on every second stage at Sibos. Digital assets is a big topic also here on Sibos TV, as I noticed before. In this crypto cargo side, we are aiming for a much deeper integration into the existing financial systems. Expressing it as just another ISIN through existing rails is already a big step. But integration of crypto assets into collateral systems, making that available as collateral for your usual operations, that's certainly a big step forward as well that we are aiming for.
Well, thank you so much for breaking down the world of crypto for us. That was Dr. Lewin Boehnke, Chief Strategy Officer at Crypto Finance Group. Thank you so much for joining us.